Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. And you wonder why we don't take these people seriously. You know, the narrative they try to set is that we're small-minded bigots. Conservative-minded people are uneducated, unintellectual, close-minded bigots. And lefties are educated, scientific minds, moving the world forward with their genius ideas and policies, solving the world's most complex problems, one issue at a time. That's the narrative they try to set, but it's kind of hard to buy in. Priority number one in the left-wing city of New York is, drumroll please, going after small business owners, specifically pizza makers, pizzerias, who use traditional fire or coal brick pizza ovens. We're in the age of Greta Thunberg. The green-haired PhD Ivy League leftoids have taken over, and we're slowly descending into absolute leftist lunacy, at least in some places. But the beauty is, at least not all New Yorkers are on board. Some of them are fighting back. We have one individual who's going mega viral with this powerful symbolic gesture. Let me show you guys exactly what happened, and then let's have a policy conversation. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so I guess not everyone in New York is part of the crazy crew. Some people apparently still have a head on their shoulders. Take a look at this.
Ass idiots who run this city are doing everything in their power to destroy it. We have naked men with their titties bouncing around all over the city yesterday, in public, in front of children. We have the most violent, raging crime rate ever. We are being invaded by illegal immigrants who are being treated way better than our homeless veterans, our teachers, and first responder heroes who were fired, still not compensated, because they didn't take the Fauci injection. Our city schools produce the dumbest kids, and the woke-ass punks who run New York City are afraid of pizza. The world used to respect New Yorkers as tough, thick-skinned, and gritty. Now we have become pussified. It's a damn shame. You heard of the Boston Tea Party? Well, this is the New York, this is the New York Pizza Party. Give us pizza or give us death. 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 Destroying every small business. That's what this city keeps doing. Can't have a small business. Can't have pizza. New York City is nothing without pizza. The Boston Tea Party, this is the New York Pizza Party.
Though some people are claiming it's a weird stunt, and in a certain way it is, but it doesn't necessarily discredit it. It's a symbolic gesture to draw attention to the idea. Every single word uttered, every single word that came out of this man's mouth was 100% spot on, accurate, and based. Pizza ovens. That's the most recent left-wing crusade. It started with gas stoves, and now it's gone to pizza ovens. The left-wing racket continues. Let's read an article from the New York Post so I can fill you guys in to what's going on. Mamma mia, New York City rules crack down on coal/wood-fired pizzerias. Must cut carbon emissions up to 75%. Historic Big Apple pizza joints could be forced to dish out mounds of dough under a proposed city edict targeting pollutant-spewing coal and wood fire ovens, the Post has learned. The New York City Department of Environmental Protection has drafted new rules that would order eateries using the decades-old baking method to slice carbon emissions by up to 75%. 0.1%. All New Yorkers deserve to breathe healthy air, and wood and coal-fired stoves are among the largest contributors of harmful pollutants in neighborhoods with poor air quality. Department DEP spokesperson Ted Timbers said in a statement on Sunday, "This common-sense rule, developed with restaurant and environmental justice groups, requires a professional review of whether installing emissions controls is feasible." Now, I'm no big-brain scientist, but I have a feeling that that statement is full of you-know-what. Brick pizza ovens, coal and firewood pizza ovens are one of the biggest contributors to the air quality in New York City. Give me a frickin' break. I mean, what a ridiculous government overstep. This is big government for you. A bunch of totally useless, overly educated, no work experience leftoids implementing nonsense policies, getting in the way of average people trying to run a damn business. Guess what their solution is? Well, if you run a pizzeria and you want to have that classic, classic style pizza crust, you now need to invest in a $20,000 plus air filtration system if you want to even stand a chance at meeting that 75% emission reduction. This policy is completely absurd, and once again, it shows the incompetence of these activist policymakers. You got cars on the street. In general, the US power grid isn't built on renewables. It's built on fossil fuels and coal, but the solution for these leftoids is targeting what? Maybe a couple hundred, maybe a couple thousand pizzerias in downtown New York. Air pollution, BTFO'd. It's insane. It's a microcosm of these ridiculous activist efforts on the global stage, focusing on tiny little ridiculous things. Meanwhile, most of the emissions globally comes from industrial emissions in China. And honestly, it runs into the same issue with electric cars. It's like see no evil, do no evil. You're using an electric car, therefore no emissions. But the electric car is charging on the power grid, which is powered by fossil fuels. It's virtuous because the pollution and the emissions aren't happening in my backyard, and therefore I feel better. It doesn't actually tackle the issue. It's just professional, useless people in government being a frickin' nuisance, pretending as if they're doing something, as if they're saving the world, one pizza oven at a time. You think that there would be more important policy priorities in New York City other than targeting small businesses and making their life more difficult than it already is? Failing schools, drug abuse, homelessness, a mental illness epidemic, complete lunatics in the subway system, assaulting people and pushing people into the tracks. Crime is on the rise big time, even though leftoids claim, well, actually, crime is down in New York City. Well, it's down maybe on a year-to-year basis, but it's still at an all-time high. Homicides maybe went down year to year, but pretty much every other crime is skyrocketing, and the focus is to keep New Yorkers safe, to make sure that their air is clean, is banning pizza ovens. Absolutely absurd. They're going to expand the department. They're probably going to start issuing permits, issuing fines for people who don't comply or don't meet the standards, government inspections, yada yada yada, probably an increase in taxes, just another government racket that probably isn't going to solve anything. I don't call them government professional useless people for nothing. Their only professional task seems to be being generally annoying and getting in regular people who simply just want to earn a buck and feed their families way. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. You know that we'd love to have you here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.